Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today we're going to be talking about injury prevention and simple things you can do to actually prevent injury, increase your workout and the amount of output you can actually get to maximize your performance. Sounds good? So let's get into it. First thing you should be doing is paying attention to how many miles you're putting on your running shoes. Now, running shoes are only meant to have 300 to 400 miles put on them before they're essentially dead, meaning the sole has no more rebound and really isn't doing its job in regards to cushioning the impact with the ground. This is bad because obviously having a bigger impact on your joints and muscles is going to allow them to fatigue faster, wear faster, and is going to make them more prone to injury. So paying attention to how much you're running in your shoes is very important. I know this is annoying because running shoes aren't cheap. I normally get them off of Poshmark or Facebook Marketplace because I refuse to pay full price for running shoes. So if you need an option, that's a good one. But yeah, paying attention to your running shoes is very important. Something that kind of goes along with that is if you're doing any weightlifting, especially where you're holding weight and adding more impact that your feet are actually and your whole body is kind of bearing, is you don't want to be doing those lifts in running shoes. Not only is it bad for your overall ankle stability and you can get injured because of that, but it's going to wear down your shoes a lot faster. If you think about the purpose of the foam, the amount of impact time your feet are on the ground is very short and fast. So if you're just holding them and holding weights and compressing that foam for a long period of time, you're going to be killing the foam a lot faster than you would if you were just running over the same period of time. So that's a very good way to save your shoes. You're better off wearing some old tennis shoes, anything that you don't really care about getting worn, and hopefully something that has a flat surface and isn't super raised up so you have more stability. So that's very important. Another thing is, especially if you're running a lot of mileage, is to not do it all on cement. Obviously this isn't necessary and maybe it's a nitpicky thing, but running on softer surfaces, whether you're in the trail, on the grass, or on a track, is going to help you get less of a wear and tear on your body and your muscles because you're having a more cushy ride than just running on hard cement. So if you want to maybe, and I think it's a good idea to do anyways, just because running on cement and just kind of the same road trails and sidewalks gets a little boring after a while. So change it up, do some trails, do some grass. Not only is it interesting, but it's good and healthy to do for your muscles, and it doesn't wear them down as fast. And it's better for your shoes as well, so that's a plus as well. So those are kind of just shoes and what you should be doing with that. Another thing I'll walk into is doing a warm-up. I did a video on this. Warm-ups take time, and if you're like me and you're young and you're invincible and you don't care about getting injured because you're not going to get injured, you should still be doing your warm-ups. Not because of, let's say, the injury prevention perspective, but because warming up has been shown time and time again to actually increase your output and your performance. So if you're someone who doesn't like to waste time and actually is working towards some high goals and trying to be the best you can be, doing a warm-up's really important because it allows you to actually push yourself to the limit and get a higher output than, let's say, you not warming up. And it also helps injury prevention. So I think it's a no-brainer. Even if you have to do a short warm-up, doing something's better than nothing. And especially if you don't like getting your time wasted and you want to be the best you can be, I don't really see how that's a problem. Don't be lazy if you're working out. Too many people are lazy when they work out, which is ironic. Either A, they don't like going too far to work out, or B, they don't like warming up and cooling down. So don't be lazy if you're working out and doing something that's not lazy. Do it right. Another thing is, I would say it's a good purchase to just buy resistance bands. Not only is it good for doing mobility exercises, stretches, and strengthening exercises, but it's also very portable and you can really bring it with you anywhere. You can bring it to you on the pitch, and if you go on vacation, you have it. Even if you want to be doing a little bit of movements, it's really good to do. Whether you're putting the band around your foot, lifting your leg up, stretching your hamstring, putting it on the side, doing your hips, putting it around your knees and walking sideways, doing some hip strengthening exercises, putting it around your ankle, moving your ankle every which way to get that stronger, grabbing it on your shoulders and going around and back to help your shoulder mobility. All that stuff you can do with a rubber band. Maybe cost like 10, 15 bucks. It'll last you a while. Good injury prevention, good strengthening. Even if you're doing warm-ups, maybe incorporate that into your warm-up. That's a really good thing to do. So, another thing that's going to be moving into that is be aware of how long you're actually working out. Unless you're an ultra marathon runner or doing a lot of professional training where you've built your body up slowly to actually get to the point where you can handle working out for like a few hours a day, it's not really worth it unless you're at that level. So you're better off doing shorter workouts, let's say an hour, hour and a half of a very high intensity, than doing several workouts that are going to take, or just a super long run that's really slow every time, that's going to take like 2-3 hours, and it's medium intensity. Not only are you not working at a higher rate because it's such a long period of time, it's impossible to work at a super high level for that long, but you're also not allowing your body to recover. Especially normally the people doing those workouts consistently don't do a lot of rest in between. So just be aware. You're like, I only work out 3 to 4 times a week, and a lot of other athletes, even like when you're in college, you're not having that many hard days a week, maybe 2 to 3 hard days, and the rest are more maintenance, strengthening, stuff like that. So it's really smart to base your workout around quality over quantity. I know some people get their heads so caught up in the quantity amount that they end up plateauing, because not only are they not working at a high level, but they're not allowing their body to recover. Because after all, working out doesn't build muscle, it breaks down muscle. Recovering what builds muscle. So making sure you have 2 to 3 recovery days a week is crucial to actually having progress and not just plateauing all the time. Another thing that goes along with that is if you've been in a very hard workout cycle that maybe for the duration of 3 to 4 months, you should really consider doing a deload week or deload week and a half, where you're not necessarily not working out for that week, but you're going through the motions more or less. Maybe you're just going for easy runs, you're doing mobility stuff, you're doing a few lightweight lifts just to kind of keep the motion and muscle memory there. And that's actually where your body's really going to be able to recover, and that's where you're really going to notice yourself progressing. So if you've been like, oh, I've been working out for 3 months really hard and pretty consistently, maybe think about taking a week off and just do some easy stuff, and your body will thank you for it. I think you'll surprise yourself with how much you've actually progressed by doing that, because you're allowing your body to fully recover, and then after that you can hop in another cycle. So it's kind of a process, and this is what a lot of professional athletes will do, especially mainly before a big competition, is they'll work super hard leading up to it and then take a deload. And that's going to allow you to not overwork yourself, allow yourself to recover and perform to the maximum. So, long story short, I know I've been mumbling, is don't underestimate the power of recovery and quality over quantity for your workouts. Especially, I don't like getting my time wasted, especially, working 40, 50 hours a week, wasting your time. Your time's pretty precious, so might as well make something efficient and high intensity so you have more time to do other things and you're not just a zombie who works out, eats, sleeps. Good note. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is really what's going to be more or less the time-consuming thing, is taking 10 to 15 minutes out of your day. I do mine before bed. You can do it when you wake up, whatever you want, to do some just straight stretching and holding and some mobility. If you don't like stretching, or you think you're invincible and young and you're not going to get injured, so why would you stretch? You don't have to do it for that. You can just do it because stretching not only increases your range of motion, it increases the blood flow to those muscles, which is going to allow you to perform at a higher level. So if you don't care about the injury, do it because you want to perform higher, and if you're trying to work towards something, why not do the easy things that'll get you there? So doing things like that, holding stretches for 30 seconds a minute, doing mobility in correlation with that is a really good just kind of self-maintenance day that's aside from your workout. So it's maybe a little mini workout maintenance day. Do this while you're watching TV, while you're about to go to bed. Helps me sleep, so doing it before bed kind of helps relax your mind. It's essentially doing yoga. I don't really do an actual yoga thing, so if you do yoga, it's essentially the same thing, but I just kind of nonchalant do it while maybe music's on or other stuff like that. So that's a really good way. Like, why not do the easy things that doesn't result you just killing, like, working out super hard, killing yourself, breaking yourself down, and going that extra mile that people won't go, why would you put yourself through all that physical pain, hardship, and not maximize it by doing the easy stuff at home, like eating right, stretching, doing a warm-up? That stuff's easy, but nobody does it. Everyone thinks, oh, it's all about going out and working hard, and it's not. And believe it or not, and I hope this has made sense, but a lot of these things with injury prevention actually will increase your performance as well. And it really all plays into just taking care of yourself. So at the end of the day, take care of yourself. Maybe, hopefully, some of these things have helped. Obviously, there's more things out there for injury prevention, but like that's pretty simple, straightforward. Essentially, take care of your gear. Don't focus so much on breaking your body down, but actually recover as well. Take the time to warm up and cool down to allow your body to recover better, and to maybe do some range of motion exercises and stretching at home, because that'll help prevent injury as well. So, and eat right. But I've already done videos on eating right, so I'm not going to talk about it again. Hope you enjoyed the video. I try to fit a lot. Feel free to ask questions. Nobody asks questions. I enjoy answering questions. I'm not going to say I know everything, but at least we can discuss things and maybe together come up with some ideas to customize something for you. So yeah, thanks. Goodbye.